Yo, what's going on, guys? So, as you see, we are back, which means we are back to working on Zella. If you didn't catch what happened last week, we did a trip to Colorado. That video should be out by the time you see this one. It was a good trip. You know, we did some skiing, stayed in a really nice cabin. It was a good getaway. But now that we're back, it's time to get back to work on Zella. If you're new here, my name is Jordan, and together with my fiance, Lise, we are converting a Ford Transit 2022 model to hopefully be traveling at the beginning of this next year. We still got quite a bit to do, but so far we got windows in.
Subfloor in, the roof deck on, that was a pain. A little bit of insulation, I think it's gonna be it.
But today, we're gonna be working on the Maxx Air Fans. So I don't think it should take that long. Cut a hole, put some butyl tape down, put the Maxx Air Fan in, screw it in, add the lap sealant, blah, 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 blah. My biggest concern is just making sure it clears the roof deck. I gotta make sure it's measured out properly before I cut the holes, because that could be a tragedy. Yeah, we're back in the messy garage. That's how you know we're back at work. Messy garage, slides. You know me, it's 3 o'clock. We got an hour and a half left. Let's go ahead and knock it out. So last time we left off, we made this template. I did a diagonal line on both sides, figure out what the center point is. We're gonna drill a hole right here, and we're gonna drill a hole in each one of these corners. Then we're gonna have to get up on the roof, take the boards out, cut a hole, and then drop the Maxx Air Fan in. Hopefully this works out. I'm kind of nervous. All right, so I went and got the thing just to make sure. Like, this will slide in here. This just goes down on top. We're just gonna do it. Losing sun quick. Another hole. One more. Ooh, here they are. Let's get up on the roof. Ooh-wee. All right, now we're just gonna tape off our corners. We're gonna get to cutting. Here she is. Look at that. Oh. You know when it's so cold that your nipples just stay hard and they start to get sore? They're like that, and then I just clipped it on the door. It's rough. Fingers crossed. Come on, fit. Ooh. Okay. There we go. I mean, technically we could probably take just a little more off, just to be safe and get a better fit. I don't want to like flexing and then popping out. Go a little bit longer, and I'll get back to you when it's in. Finally. I'm gonna clean it up. I'm gonna get some butyl tape down, and then we're gonna mount this. Clean it up with some alcohol, just so everything adheres better. It's a kitty. Now we got our butyl tape. Kind of level it out on this side with just more butyl tape. I'm gonna do 2 rows. All right, so we got the butyl tape down. That'll give us a good seal between the frame and the roof of the van. Pop that in, nice and level. Now we're just gonna take the screws that came with it. But they're not going through as easy as I think they should. So we finally got them all in. I ended up having to use some self-tapping screws because I don't know what was happening, but they just did not want to go. Let's go ahead and put this thing on. It's getting chilly outside. Finally. I think I just had to move the metal clips like up. They do move apparently. It's on. I know it's kind of facing the wrong way if the wind's coming like this direction, but we just won't leave it up. One Maxx Air Fan down, but I'm gonna call it a night and we will finish it up tomorrow. All right, so we're on day 2 of Maxx Air Fan install. Last night it was a little rough. Got a little cold, but I think it looks good. So we got the ones installed last night. I think I mentioned it that I installed it backwards. A little bit of research, should be fine. As long as we don't drive with it up. That's just kind of how it worked out for us. We wanted the really big roof deck. So there's kind of no way I can point it backwards because of all those cross members that support the deck itself. So went ahead and marked out the second one to go ahead and drill my hole. We're gonna get this wrapped up today. Hopefully it's a pretty productive day. Let's get started. I'll do what we did yesterday. Pretty much same steps, except for today we will not forget to paint what we cut. Like, I was looking for the sponge so I could paint it, and then I forgot about it. Don't judge me. Theoretically, I think it should be fine. What a flattering angle. All right, so lesson of the day. A lot of people use the 14x14 template to cut out the hole in the roof of the Maxx Air Fan. If I were you, I'd take the template, I put it up there and I draw around it, and then I do the corners at where you drew, because as you can see, it just slipped it in. Yesterday we had a lot of trouble getting this in, and today it just pops right in. We're gonna take it out, we're gonna paint the edges, and then we're gonna install our butyl tape again, install the frame, and then today we're gonna seal both of them before we put it in. Got our sponge, got the paint on it. Just gonna touch up these areas. Make sure that we don't develop any rust over time. Now that I think about it, humidity in the van could cause rust in that one spot. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go back. I mean, we have to do it right? A little bit of effort can make all the difference. I'm just gonna pop the fan out. I'm gonna tape off around it, and I'm gonna spray paint inside, and hopefully that paint will just kind of wrap around. This one is wrapped up, so we can go ahead and install it. See how back on the roof. A little bit of alcohol. I think they have thicker butyl tape that you can probably use, because I gotta do so many rows with this one. Supposedly this helps seal off any moisture when you put the screws in. So instead of just trying to drill straight into the roof of the van, we're gonna go ahead and drill the holes out before we put the screws in, because last night that gave me a bit of a problem. Got our drill, got our screws, let's go ahead and do this. All right, frame is installed. Now we just gotta drop the fan in and put some lap sealing around the bolts that we put in. Should be good to go. Now we're just gonna tape off around it. That way, after we put the lap sealant down, we could just get a clean edge. Now we got it taped off. I'm gonna grab the lap sealant. Put a little dab on all the screw holes. And then we're gonna put a little bit just along the edge of this. Make sure you wear some gloves or something, because this stuff does not really come off the hands easy. So since we got the Maxx Air Fan out, before we install it again, I'm gonna go ahead and tape around it. And I'm gonna go ahead and paint the edge that we forgot to paint. Dang, it stole it. Let that dry. Go ahead and reinstall the Maxx Air Fans. We're done. Both Maxx Air Fans are installed. Now I'm gonna go ahead and trim some of these boards up so they'll fit around the Maxx Air Fan. And that should do it for the roof deck. Maxx Air Fan, we do still need to install the solar panels, but that'll be for another day because I'm gonna need some help getting them up here. All right, so now I'm just taking the stencil that I used, or that I drew from the Maxx Air Fan. I'm just going around cutting the boards down so they fit in between on both sides, and then also trim the edge of the board that sits on the outside of the Maxx Air Fan. All right. Got most of the boards cut. I have one more board I gotta cut, and then I'm gonna just screw these down. I think that's gonna end at least this portion of the video. We got the roof deck on, we got the Maxx Air Fans in. I think that might be all we get done. Overall, I accomplished what I wanted to, but I'm gonna call it a night tonight. I'm hungry, and yeah, I'm hungry. All right guys, so we're on our final day of Maxx Air Fan install. Technically the Maxx Air Fans are installed. I had to kind of retrofit the boards around the Maxx Air Fans for the deck. We're gonna cut some angled aluminum trim pieces to go around the Maxx Air Fan. That way it just looks a little cleaner. And that'll wrap it up. And that'll wrap it up.